You are probably someone who loves programming, who loves computers and is fascinated by games and everything. Today's topic, arrays. Hi guys, TechChecker here. Welcome to the third part of how to learn C#. Arrays are super important because they can help you to make big games, and if you want to do an interview, for example with Google or something, you should definitely know about arrays. 70% of the questions in tech interviews are array questions. Without further ado, let's begin. Here we have the main view that you already know. Everything is there. It's a console application, super simple. So actually we can just write something here and it will compile and work when we press the start button. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you will become a great programmer from all the content. Okay, in order to use arrays, we just initialize our first one and it's called sourceMen and it's integer int. So usually we can say sourceMen health equals 10, you know? So this is an integer and we have one sourceMen and he has a health of 10. But if you want to have 100 sourcemen, then I can't just write 100 times of this line, because it's still just one guy. You know that basically you can imagine it like that. A variable is like a box where you can store a value inside, like an integer or a float number or some text, you know. And an array is like a cupboard. And inside of this cupboard, there's a lot of space and you can have a lot of boxes. Then you do this, you add some brackets and now suddenly it is an array. So, and it wants to know how many we want to have. So we want to have equals new int, let's say 10. Or maybe just 4 for the beginning. That's enough. So then now we have 4 sourcemen healths. If we want to access one, then we do it like this. So 100. Inside of the brackets, there you write the number, this ID of the guy you want to access. For example, here it's the number of 0. The guy with the number 0 has a health of 100. If you want to access the second one, you just write 1. Here's 82. Let's see if it works. So first of all, a console.readline, otherwise the program would just end if you press start, and now it will wait for us to press enter. If I press CW and then tab, then it will make a console.writeline, and the console.writeline writes something to the console. Console is a black window that will just appear. So console.writeline, and we say health of soldier 1 is plus sourcemen health 0. You might have realized that there's a 0 and a 1, and it's basically not the same, but the thing is, the first soldier has the ID of 0, because in programming languages they start to count with 0, not with 1. Let's press start and test it out. Health of soldier 1 is 100. So this is how you create an integer array. You say this has 4 numbers and you can change them and you can access them. So what happens if I go above that number? So we have 4 soldiers now. What if I do 5? Error, out of range exception. We cannot do that because we have only declared 4 of them. If we have a higher number, it would actually access something in the memory that is not existing, and then it will just say, oh, there's an error, and explode. But what if I do 4? Let's try. No, it does not work because it's the ID number 4, but it's the 5th element already. I can show you. So we can just count it, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, but it's 5 elements if we count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we have only declared 4 of them. What if we have not 4, but 40? Should I write like this 40 times? No. In order to give all those 40 soldiers a reasonable health, we have to use a loop, and we use the for loop for that. We can actually use for each and then int my soldier health here health in sourcemen health, like this. With the for each loop, you can basically access the health, in this case, of the soldiers. We cannot change it, so we can try to change it. But this does not work. Can't assign to my soldier health because it is a for each iteration variable. So with for each, you can only access the health of the soldiers. For example, in order to print it out, console.writeLine health is, and then plus the health. Now you can see all of them have a health of 0, which is not so much. In order to give them some health, print out health of soldiers. In order to give them health, you make for and I equals 0, I smaller than swordsman health dot length, I plus plus. So we start at I equals 0. The I should count as long as it is smaller than the length of this array. The array has a length of 40, so I can always has to be smaller than 40. If it's bigger than 40 or 40 itself, then this loop will finish. It will not continue. As long as I is smaller than 40, it will just go here and do I plus plus. So it will increase the number of I. So I starts at 0, then it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on, and 39, and then it's finished. As long as it's looping through, we want to change the health. Health of I equals 100. So we will change the swordsman health with the number of I, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, until it's 39. All of them will have a health of I plus 10, or maybe I plus 100. Because then we can see that it's even changing. We can do this. So here in the for each loop, it will say for each swordsman and print it, console.writeLine health is, and then we can see the soldier health that we just assigned here. Let's press start. Then you can see health is 100, 101, 102, blah, 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 until 139. This is how you can access and use arrays. That's basically already everything that you can know about arrays. You can do one more thing. Instead of making new int 40, you can also predefine healths. Like you could say 100, 20, 80, and 110. 100. Now we have 4 elements and they are already assigned, you know? So it's just the same like swordsman health 0 equals 100, swordsman health 1 equals 20, swordsman health 2 equals 80, and so on, you know? And then here the 3 equals 120. By the way, with Control D, you can duplicate a whole line. So this can be simplified by this. And now we have 4 elements in our array with these numbers, and we can comment it out by Control KC. So we press Control, hold it, press KZ, and then release it again. And then it will be commented. Commented means that it will not be used by the compiler and it will just be skipped. And that's good because then we can see the numbers. So 120, 80, 120. And then there's one more thing that's even more interesting, because with swordsman health we can already fight. If console read line equals hit, swordsman health of 0 equals swordsman health 0. As soon as console.readline equals hit, we reduce the health of the swordsman by 10. I can show you how that looks like. So if you write hit now, HIT, and press enter, then you see that the health of the swordsman of the number 0 is 90. So he lost 10 health because we wrote it like that. We can also simplify it by just writing minus equals 10. That will do the same. HIT, enter, and it has 90. Then you can just try it out by your own. Copy the source code, it will be in the description below, and you can just use it, edit it a little bit, maybe add some more functions here. Yeah, and that's it for the basics about arrays. Thanks for watching, see you in the next video. Stay tuned for more about learning how to program. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time in the next video, and bye.